Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Pooja Walia Man from SGI Samalkha. Today we are going to talk on the module Service Guarantee Strategies from paper Services Marketing. Students, in this module you will learn meaning of service guarantee, features of a good service guarantee, significance of service guarantee, and hurdles in offering effective service guarantee. So let us start with the introduction to the topic. What if the target customer is uncertain about the services being sold by a marketer? Imagine a situation. What will happen if he is not sure about the quality of the services for which he is paying the money? What if the customer is not sure whether or not buying a particular service will necessarily satisfy the consumer's need or want? In most of such situations, the marketer would like to give or take a guarantee of 100% satisfaction and a promise of 100% error-free service which would ensure to deliver value for money to the consumer. Do you think that the marketer is crazy and he can never ensure a cent% error-free service? Well, the answer is no. The marketer is not crazy, and it is actually possible to deliver satisfaction to the consumer. We are actually referring to a very important topic, service guarantee. The service marketer can offer a guarantee of satisfaction to the consumer if the service marketer commits himself, his resources, and his workforce to deliver the same. In fact, strong service guarantee can actually lead to higher profitability by putting the consumer satisfaction as the prime motive of its existence, which can be achieved by offering a complete guarantee of consumer satisfaction. Such a service target can facilitate the marketer's work with clear goals supported by required information network to offer an incomparable service performance. Service guarantee, therefore, is a tool in the hands of the service provider to assure the consumers of a certain quality of service delivery and to be used as risk minimization tactic. While offering a service guarantee, the marketer promises the consumer of certain level of service performance and also some form of compensation like refund, cashback, freebie, etc. may be offered unconditionally. The offer of the service guarantee has to be a well-thought, designed and implemented strategy. Now students, what are the features of a good service guarantee? Well, the features of a good service guarantee can be summarized in certain points. Let's take it one by one. The first such feature is unconditional guarantee. As discussed in the Lufthansa example, if a service provider puts many conditions for the service guarantee, or if the conditions put are also the main reasons for the delay in providing service or delivering a substandard service, then the guarantee becomes ineffective. Thus, a good service guarantee is the one which is offered unconditionally. An online furniture marketer in India, Pepperfry.com, has set a service guarantee standard of 100% satisfaction or else 100% refund. Now, this is a very courageous guarantee to make. It is given that the Indian market is in the introductory stages of the purchase of furniture and fixtures online. One of the main obstacles in buying online is the lack of trust on buying without physically touching and seeing, and an uncertainty that how will the purchased product look when it is actually placed at my home. The online retailer's promotional message is 100% satisfaction or refund, no questions asked. Now, this makes the consumer feel very confident in shopping online with a guarantee that the purchased product can be returned back without making any explanations. The consumer does not need a lawyer and does not need to cook any stories to return a piece of furniture. Rather, he can simply ask for the return, and similar guarantee is offered by Amazon also in India by allowing a smooth return of the product and an instant credit of the price of the service in the account of the consumer. On the other hand, there is another online retailer in India, Flipkart, who also offers the same guarantee, but with the condition that the prize money of the returned item will be deposited in the e-wallet of the consumer, and a purchase in future can be made on any item sold exclusively by Flipkart. Now, this condition makes it difficult for the consumers to use the money in case of any return or refund, as it is very difficult to identify a product which is needed by the consumer and is exclusively being marketed by Flipkart, since there are many retailers attached with Flipkart. Hence, in these examples, the return and refund policies of Pepperfry and Amazon are obviously more effective as compared to Flipkart. Further, if a marketer cannot guarantee the uncontrollable factors, it is always important to guarantee at least the controllable factors. In case of Lufthansa, if the delay against the two factors cannot be promised, a guarantee can be made for the neat and pleasant airport waiting area. The consumers may be served good quality snacks free of cost or maybe at subsidized rates. Similarly, Flipkart can offer a list of products which are exclusively sold by it for the ease of consumers' choice. Another feature of a good service guarantee is the guarantee scheme to be clear. The service guarantee should be clear and concise in its choice of words, which could be easily understood by the consumers. A confusing guarantee statement or a guarantee with some hidden messages should also be completely avoided by the service providers. For example, as against saying quick delivery by a courier service provider, it should be overnight delivery or one-day delivery for a clear understanding of the service guarantee. A good service scheme should also be useful for the prospective consumer. The service guarantee should be useful in what it offers to the consumers in case of a failure of the service. It should be meaningful enough to offer to the consumer something worthwhile. Let us take an example of a multiplex cinema chain which offers a guaranteed on-seat service of refreshments during the movie in the morning shows of weekdays only. Now here, there are certain specific things in the guarantee statement. First of all, it is done only during the morning shows. Secondly, it is done only for the weekday morning shows. Since the morning shows witness very less crowd during the weekdays, it is not a burden for a viewer himself to get the refreshments from the counter during the intervals also. Rather, such a service would have been more useful if it was offered during rush hours. That is, when getting to the counter by a consumer could take a lot of time. The guarantee granted to the consumer should be easy to be invoked. This means the procedure to avail a guarantee should be easy and short for the consumer. If there is a guarantee a consumer wishes to invoke, but in doing so, there are several obstacles to be cleared in the name of policy. Like, the consumer is required to fill some forms. He may be required to pay some processing fees. Or maybe he is required to write or talk to some seniors. He could even be asked to wait for a certain duration of time. In all such circumstances, the guarantee itself becomes a cause of dissatisfaction for the consumers. Now, students, let us consider a guarantee of allowing a mobile telephone subscriber to get guaranteed network connectivity in a given region. Else, the consumer will get a cash balance of ₹100 on any call drop. The scheme looks very attractive to the consumer. However, in case a subscriber wants to invoke the guarantee, there is an elaborate procedure to be followed. This includes writing a complaint to the head office, giving the details of the call, providing a service purchase bill, and maybe an identity proof, etc. In this case, the chances of the guarantee to be invoked by any dissatisfied customer would be far less. The guarantee being offered should be meaningful and carry a meaning to the consumer. Else, it is very likely that the guarantee may not be taken as a positive gesture of the service provider. For instance, a restaurant offers free home delivery within the duration of 30 minutes to any location within the radius of 2 kilometers. Else, the food will be delivered free of cost. I'm sure you've heard of such guarantees quite often. Now, if the restaurant is located on the periphery of the residential area and does not really have very many takers of the free home delivery of food within the radius of 2 kilometers, the guarantee is meaningless. Hence, such a guarantee is likely to have a contrary effect on the consumer's perception. You must have come across Pizza Hut in India running a promotion of free home delivery of its pizza within the time duration of 30 minutes. Else, it is to be delivered free of cost. However, on placing the order, there are several locations within the city to which the free home delivery is not offered. Hence, in this case again, the scheme is perceived to be meaningless for the target consumers. We move ahead in describing that the guarantee should be considered as valuable to the consumer. The guarantee should be perceived to have some substantial value for the consumer. If a guarantee is not financially significant, it may not elicit the desired consumer behavior. Now, students, we move on to the next important step in understanding the concept of service guarantee. We here talk about the significance of service guarantee. A service guarantee is a powerful marketing tool in the hands of service providers for making a strong brand image of its quality in the minds of the target consumers. The intangible nature of the service opens several fronts on which the consumer needs can be satisfied. Sometimes the service firm may not be aware of what the consumer really expects out of a service delivery experience, or they may not be aware as to what the consumer rates high in the service delivery process. Let me take you to an example of British Airways, who conducted a feedback survey of its regular flyers to assess their perception of the service delivery. 4 dimensions were rated as high for the passengers in defining their satisfaction with the British Airways. First, courtesy and care offered by the Airways employees and their show of care and concern towards the consumers. Secondly, routine or unusual problem-solving ability and effort of the employees in searching for a suitable solution to the problem. Thirdly, initiative taken by the employees in their ability and willingness to jockey the system on behalf of the passengers. And fourth, handling a situation of service delivery perceived to be a failure by the consumers. Interestingly, the managers at British Airways confessed that the last 2 categories of service expectations was not thought of and thus not on the manpower training agenda of its crew. Hence, it is clear that if the managers could not be foresighted to train the crew on these dimensions, how much care would the crew take in coming up to the expectations of the passengers on these very dimensions? These dimensions were not only added to the employees' training modules later on by the Airways, but the guarantee statement was designed to focus on the actual expectations of the employees. Let us look at some of the reasons for the importance of service guarantee. The first such reason is to focus on the consumer's needs. While a guarantee aims to offer a certain level of performance standard, it is important to identify what the consumer expects from a service and what is the desired compensation expected. In case of failure from the end of the marketer to service the same. The first step in designing and offering the guarantee is to look forward to the consumer's needs and wants. This can help the marketer focus on the consumer needs in service delivery and designing service guarantee. Second is to help set performance standards of employees. The needs of the consumers sought to be served by any service organization are the benchmark of the performance of the service firm's employees. The service marketer assures the consumer to offer a clearly standard set of performances, else there is a compensation to be paid in the form of a guarantee. This guides the employees in adhering to these standards in all that they do to deliver the service to the consumer. Students, you must remember that through on the focus of any guarantee is to ensure a high level of service quality. This is one of the most important factors which is influenced by a service guarantee. That is the focus of the organization and all the employees to the delivery of high quality performance in each of its service encounters. The performance level of all personnel in the organization is directed towards the predetermined clear performance standards to be matched. These standards not only boost the morale of the employees but also serve as the measure for performance appraisal to examine the level of service delivery and check loopholes, if any. A service guarantee shall also aim to develop team spirit. A mutually shared performance encourages the spirit of togetherness in the organization. The service staff can relate themselves to the clearly defined performance standards and hence tend to be more compatible in their working relations. Herein comes another important feature, that is to boost the pride of the employees. Manpower fiddled with the idea of withdrawing its guarantee as it felt that the target consumers were well aware of its service standards and hence a guarantee was not needed. The company surveyed through its accounts and felt the same. Interestingly, the resistance to withdraw the guarantee came from a very unexpected corner. That is, the employees of the manpower. The employees shared that the guarantee is not just a marketing tool for them, rather, they take pride in offering a guarantee to the consumer in case of a service delivery failure, as they were so confident about their performance. They maintained that they felt themselves to be great company by assuring the consumers of the highest service performance, and in case the consumer is not satisfied, they would like to convey that the fault lies with the employee, not with the consumers. Thus, a good service guarantee boosts the pride of the service HR as it facilitates the setting of an internal commitment towards organizations' target consumers. At times, the payout is painful. Well, when a guarantee offers some payout as a compensation against a service delivery failure, it pinches all the employees of the firm, right from the top to the bottom. A significant guarantee payout will keep the service personnel on their toes to delight a consumer, as the failure to do so can lead to a painfully high payout. The purpose for the same is very simple: not to hurt the employees of the manager financially, but to convey a power statement that the management demands customer satisfaction. If a manager was to bear the cost of fulfilling a guarantee, he would know all the means to please the consumer at the first place. Guarantees often generate consumer feedback. When a consumer invokes a guarantee, he informs the reasons for the service delivery failure to the service firm. As a Japanese practice goes, these reasons for invoking the guarantee are golden nuggets. Golden nuggets, as it is the precious feedback given by a dissatisfied consumer who may otherwise have not shared his reasons for dissatisfaction. This is a system which highlights the errors in the service delivery system and provides a valuable opportunity to the organization to work on its sensitive areas. While there are systems developed by the service firms to elicit feedback, they may not offer a very honest opinion due to the very nature of the mechanism used to gather the consumer response. Marketeers have to be very careful in offering a service guarantee. They need to identify the most valuable aspects of a service purchased by a consumer and the most common loopholes or the points of failure in the service delivery. These commonly skipped areas of service satisfaction need to be evaluated with their own performance. Only when the marketeer is fully convinced of offering unmatchable quality in these sought after variables of services should a guarantee be given to the consumers. But once offered, it can act as a very powerful tool for the firm's marketing personnel who can smoothly compare their services with that of the competitors and be confident in making a strong marketing pitch. Well, all that we've discussed about service guarantee is not very pleasant. There might be certain hurdles in offering effective service guarantee. A service guarantee, as discussed, is a very useful marketing tool and can generate a strong brand perception. There may be enough reasons for not to use the same. A strong brand may not like to use a guarantee, fearing that the consumers may rather take them otherwise. However, still there are certain factors more than this. The first such factor are the external variables. These are the factors beyond the control of the service provider which may determine the level of satisfaction of the consumers. In such cases, it may be inaugurated or impractical to offer any guarantee to the consumers. The second could be the lack of faith on consumers. Service managers may not feel good about offering a service guarantee, fearing that the consumers might cheat to invoke the same guarantee. The third hurdle could be the high cost. Service guarantee program could include a lot of cost which can be required to settle the claims. Dear students, let's move further with the last lap of the module, that is the types of service guarantee. The service guarantee can take a number of forms. The first is a single attribute specific guarantee. This means the service provider covers any one key attribute of the service through his guarantee statement. The second type of service guarantee is multi-attribute specific guarantee. As the name suggests, a few important attributes, of course more than one, are covered by the guarantee of any service provider. The third type of guarantee is a full satisfaction guarantee. As the name suggests, all aspects of the service are covered by the guarantee. Remember, there are no exceptions. And the last type of guarantee is a combined guarantee. All aspects of the service are covered by the full satisfaction promise of the guarantee. Explicit minimum performance standards on important attributes are included in the guarantee to reduce any uncertainty on the part of the consumer. So students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. Due to the intangible nature of the services, the consumers might perceive a risk in making a complete down payment while purchasing a service. In such situations, service guarantee is a strong marketing tool used to reduce the perceived risk and encourage the trials and consumer purchase. Service guarantees are marketing tools used to reduce the perceived risk of the consumer in availing of a service which is intangible in nature. Not all guarantees may act as a magic wand to attract the target consumers. Guarantees, to be effective, should be useful for the consumers and should be also clear and meaningful. The process of invoking a guarantee should be short and easy to avail. However, a well-designed service guarantee can lead to higher productivity and profitability by laying focus on the consumer needs. Guarantees can also facilitate in setting a performance standard of the employees, thereby improving the quality of services offered to the consumers. When a manager gets to pay out the guarantee, the pinch may be hard enough to ensure high quality service in the next service delivery situation. There is no doubt that a well-designed service guarantee is a powerful tool over the competitors in the market. But the cost involved in the same may be a hurdle, especially if the firm's personnel are not capable or trained enough to ensure high quality service as was promised. Thank you.